I mean, I guess, like, finding a stranger in the Alps could be a bad thing, so the Alps are, like, haunted or whatever. You just destroyed it.
Destroyed what?
The fucking boxes you're supposed to bounce between.
I won't tell if you won't tell.
It's too late, I told. I like that the hall monitor's just like a fucking nerd.
He's a fucking Melvin.
Just like so excited to be a cop and have any authority over fellow students.
Future mall cop. Or do you think he would actually be like one of the successful nerds who, like, you know, goes on to actually have like a science career or something? A STEM major?
I mean, he is in like a relatively prestigious... Well, no, he's probably gonna be like... he's probably just gonna be like some supervillain's like random goon. I mean, there's gotta be nothing now. You killed him. You robbed him of any possible future.
The candle that burns twice as bright burns half as long.
This is true. Very wise. So shut up.
Shut the fuck up. Fucking nerd. You butthead.
Oh my god, you got a gem.
I did.
Wow.
I'm so good at video games.
Yeah, you really nailed that one.
Look
There's like an exact another one.
I like how they like had to mark the spots on where you're supposed to go because probably someone was playtesting this. It's like, what do I do?
Yeah, they're like they didn't realize. They didn't mark the reeds. I guess they had like an actual tutorial tell you to hide behind the reeds.
We gotta hide behind this rat.
Oh no. Oh, that is a rat. I was like, what do you mean rat? Figure that shit out.
Hey, you're dead.
Just turning his flashlight on and off. Just fucking around. He must be bored as shit. Well, not anymore.
No, because he's not anything anymore.
Yeah,
look at these dogs. I'm just killing dogs.
Amazing. This really is one of the games of all time.
Crash Bandicoot. He kills dogs. That was like a selling point on the back of the box.
And then Reddit would like dox the
creators.
The creators be like they fucking endorsed animal abuse. We did it, Reddit.
We did it. We saved the city.
Yeah, they're like, we did it, Reddit, after like one of them
unalives themselves.
Clearly a bad thing. True. Just edit you saying unalives themselves over me.
Wait, I need to say it. Unalives themselves.
You already said it.
No, but you were talking.
Well, that's true.
It has to be like, I have to have like, you know...
Right, we don't have isolated audio yet.
No. Dingle dang.
We're gonna need to like invest in like some actual headsets, because then we can use the headsets as our... We'll be like helicopter pilots.
We'll be like helicopter parents.
You want to explain the like logic to that joke, like
because you said helicopter, I said helicopter back. Anything you throw at me will stick to you. I'm rubber, you're glue. Unalives. Unalive. Man, these robots are going apeshit.
Why do they even have robots here?
Probably a science project or something.
I guess so.
Or maybe it's just the security.
Also, like, yeah, this like entire fucking library is falling apart around.
It's just acid. Look at this. Like, why?
Like nuclear waste bubbling up from the boiler room. This place is a hazard.
I think we're just like, we're like really toxic or something because I didn't mean like that, but like, but like we're just going around destroying everyone's lives, you know, like the natives, the engine ship, like maybe
destroying this school. Maybe we're the bad guys.
Yeah.
Are we the baddies?
Are we the baddies? Hands. Love that video.
It's pretty incredible.
You ever see their other show, Peep Show?
It sounds familiar.
It's like all like from their point of view, like it's all shot from their point of view, so it's kind of interesting. It's from like the early 2000s or something, but like it's like best like it's like the best cringe comedy, like where it's like intentionally trying to make you like uncomfortable.
Oh,
like
yeah,
Office.
like the yeah. God, that it is painful for me. I can't handle too much cringe. Like those Eric Andre segments.
Oh my god, Eric Andre is the fucking best.
Really good. I really his is really funny because I don't know. It's usually a celebrity is the butt of the joke, which is funny to me.
I love when he gets Jack Black in that one episode. He's just so fucking confused. And he seems like really irritated too.
Yeah, because his agent probably told him that it was like a normal interview.
Yeah, and he's like sitting there like trying to be calm.
You see, that happens like with a whole bunch of them. And occasionally someone's in on the joke, but a lot of the time they have no idea what they're walking into.
Make sure it's mooring rule does the kill.
Or the one where they release an actual bear into the studio. And he's like,
Ladies and gentlemen, grizzly bear. I'm no longer a fan of this bit. I love that. My other favorite Eric Andre sketch is the Wall Street one, where like he's like, "No, buy, sell," and then he just like starts vomiting for no reason.
like throwing up the milk he's drinking.
His voice is really suited for vomiting.
It is.
Look at how pathetic his jump is. Look at this.
Well, he's no Crash.
How does he get around his own lab if he can't even jump?
He's a teleporter.
Right. Well, fine. Just fucking answer my question. Like, actually.
What can I say? I'm intelligent, and you should learn more from me. Honestly.
Fuck off! What is chasing me? These stupid bugs.
All these bugs.
What's the bug doing?
What's that bug doing?
Fuck off! You know, in the old games, you would at least have be able to get hit by the TNT if you had an Aku Aku, or in this case, an Uka Uka.
In this case. Yeah. But in this case, but now...
Fuck off!
The bugs, they have...
Can I just kill them all?
Try.
Oh my god. I hate playing as Cortex in this game, it's the worst.
Unfortunate.
Like, the first time, I guess, not counting, the racing games and the party games, but, it was the first time you actually play as Cortex, and they fuck it up like this.
Yeah, it's like,
Damn it! This would not be half as bad if it weren't for the fucking nitros and TNTs killing you in one hit. Even if you had, because that makes sense if, you don't have an Aku Aku, but, what the hell?
Oh, yeah. Instant death.
And, I can't, I'm just shooting blindly, so, because, this shit is in my way. This is just bad. This is a bad level.
Yeah.
I never liked replaying the Madame Amberley Academy of Evil shit when I was a kid, because it was always frustrating.
It is frustrating. It's a cool looking level, but...
Yeah. This looks like a lot of, early 2000s creepy kids movies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
the Halloween special?
Yeah,
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
There's that. What am I thinking of? There's Scary Godmother or something. You remember that shit?
No, I don't.
It was some weird Cartoon Network movie or something. There's also weird stuff like Igor, which is a forgotten animated movie.
Huh.
Where he reanimates a corpse who wants to be an actress or something. Who wants to be an actress. She's like, I want to be an actress.
Amazing.
Isn't that really funny?
Yeah, that is just genius. Genius stuff.
Genius comedy.
Yeah, I mean, really elevating the craft.
And good content, too, that we're making. You're just remember this old movie that everyone hates?
Yeah, remember this... Definitely no one's gonna recognize.
We just killed the Iron Giant, by the way.
Oh, shit. No.
Superman.
Pretty good. Pretty good Iron Giant.
Thank you. You stay, I go.
Not too bad.
Vin Diesel before he became Groot.
Before he became poop.
Wouldn't it be funny if there was a baby Iron Giant and then they made him into a marketable Funko Pop or plushie?
Yeah, that would be hilarious. God, that would definitely...
Wouldn't it be funny if the Iron Giant wore a diaper?
You're making me want to die. I was dead. Well, don't you worry. Oh no. Okay, no, we're fine. Everything's fine.
I gotta show you Freddy Got Fingered at some point. There's a scene where he's like, I wish I was dead! He just sticks a gun in his mouth. He's like,
Amazing.
It's such a bad movie, but I love it.
Oh god. Okay. Now you just gotta find a way around this TNT without dying.
That works.
It's nitro, but...
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, what the fuck are those?
They're like frogs or something.
The shit. Oh, they're...
So rabbits.
It's the frogs they were supposed to dissect that escaped from the
Oh, is that what it is? I was wondering what this was about.
Maybe. I don't know.
Uh-oh, is this a school shooting thing?
Oh my god, this is a school shooting. This is the school shooter level.
This can't be.
We need to cancel Cortex. This is a shooter. Literal school shooter.
The other students are probably having like a lockdown drill right now, or they think it's a drill, but it's because there are 2 intruders in the school right now.
Well, you just saw them earlier when you can shoot the bell and a whole bunch of students run out of their class.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my god, what the hell is happening? Ah!
Welcome back to Nut. This is an extremely violent video game that was responsible for several school shootings.
Welcome back to Super Columbine Massacre RPG.
Welcome back to Crash Bandicoot school shootings.
Jesus Christ. You know that was actually a thing that someone actually made an RPG based on the Columbine Massacre?
I did hear about it. There were several of those really edgy, what was it, Postal and Hatred.
Oh yeah, they had all sorts of controversy, not Postal, the other one, Hatred, was temporarily taken from the Steam store page or something. Fuck!
Don't worry, I'm sure that we won't...
Get this shit out of my face!
Don't you love pop-ups?
What a break from the ads.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I would suggest that you download Firefox to be able to install uBlock Origin and do that, but Google will probably come to my house and beat me personally. I suggest that. So definitely don't download Firefox and get uBlock Origin so that you can not see pop-ups or ads anymore. That would be unethical.
Google be like, someone's been a bad kitten.
So this is our first recording session in 3 weeks. Well, no, we've done plenty of online recording sessions, but
yeah,
the first one we've done here, it's way too fucking hot. I used to be like, nah, PNW gang, fucking humid heat is fine. It's not.
It's unacceptable. It should be illegal.
It should be. So,
Out of ammo.
just fucking... I'm really, really glad I drove the car that has working AC here, otherwise I would have been so sweaty already, which I guess would help me maybe relate more to the gamer audience.
Yeah, we should have stocked up on Doritos and Mountain Dew.
We do have Tostitos.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are the same
What the fuck?
brand.
God damn it. I love how in this game, when you die, there's no death sound effect. It just goes really quiet for no reason.
It's like that one movie. It came out around the same time that John Wick did.
What movie is that?
I don't remember its name, but I just remember it being really famous for having... No, not really famous, but kind of famous for having, realistic deaths, quote-unquote, where people just kind of dropped. It was very, in a really morbid way. It wasn't, ultra-violent in the way that, an 80s movie would be.
Right.
Just people just, their strings get cut. Just fall right over it.
They just suddenly stop working.
Yeah, very, very inglorious, very... It's almost like it being less dramatic makes it more dramatic, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you just stumbled upon another part of the internet that you're not supposed to be on.
Yeah, remember when that was a lot more common?
Welcome back to Crash Bandicoot Live Leak Edition.
How many school shooting jokes can we make in one episode?
This is the edgy episode. This is where we get all of our,
the edgy series. School shooting jokes, fucking 9/11 jokes. We're just... I don't know if we're even allowed to say anything.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe we should just have a long, uncut, just bleep.
I feel like that would annoy people. Well, on the flip side, though, we're not monetized, so I guess we don't have to worry about it too much.
Scratch and its sharp teeth.
You know what's funny? I always played this game on the 360 since it was backward compatible, but this always lagged during the scene, so I could never really see the cutscene, because it would just be the audio would play normal, but the cutscene would play like at a quarter of the speed it was supposed to. Yeah, so Nina's just dancing in slow motion.
Is the audio in slow motion too, or was it?
I think it is out of sync, actually. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Let's see what you've learned.
Oh my god, they couldn't even get that right. Oh, so we're playing as Nina Cortex. This is my cool Crash Bandicoot OC. Please do not steal.
I remember when we were like little kids, and this was our obsession. I would be the third one out, and I'd be assigned to Nina.
Good jump. Why the fuck would they spawn you right in front of the nitros? All right.
Nina, the Waluigi of fucking the franchise. This franchise. Anyway, yeah, I was always the third one out, so I got to be Nina, and that was definitely an early egg moment. I was like, well, that's a weird feeling. I'll just not think about this. Being assigned to Goth Girl.
Oh yeah, you know this actually wasn't even her first appearance in the series. Did you know that?
I didn't. I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So her first appearance was in one of the Game Boy Advance games. I think it was the one with the Spyro crossover. Remember Crash Bandicoot Purple and Spyro Orange?
I do remember that one. I had Crash Bandicoot. I had the Spyro one.
Oh yeah, the Cortex Conspiracy, and then there was also Ricto's Rampage, the Crash one. I think she was in the Spyro one, and she appears as a boss. Fuck! Why am I sucking so bad at this?
Did she talk in that one? She didn't talk in this one at all.
Yeah, no, she actually does have a line of dialogue. I mean, it's all text because there's no like voice acting or anything. But like, she has kind of like an infantile thing going on. It's like, oh look, the puppy! I want to pet the puppy! When she sees Spyro, and then she like chases him.
To be fair, I think she is supposed to be like 8 in this. She kind of has that look about her, skipping and shit.
I wish they would let you skip the cutscenes.
Just enjoy. Sit back and enjoy life a little bit. Look at the beautiful. God, that's a gigantic ass school.
I know. How is this like a whole
city?
It is a city. All right, what do I actually do here without fucking dying? All right, there we go. This is like the Hunchback of Notre Dame or something, you know?
Yeah, this level's got a good aesthetic to it. Very Tim Burton.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that last time. This level reminds me a lot of just those weird early 2000s, like, creepy movies, like, for kids.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, to me, it's like the Telltale Tim Burton aesthetic. And then also, there's some, like, earlier, it reminds me of this really, really early German film, which I literally can't remember its name.
The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari?
Maybe. It's the one where he's, like, goes into, like, a carnival.
And then there's the somnambulist, like the sleepwalking guy, Caesar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's like one of like the oldest horror movies. I don't know if that's true, but it's old. It's from like the 20s.
Yeah.
It was a German expressionist film. That was a big
God, I can't believe you actually know what the fuck I was talking about.
Oh, I know. Why the fuck would that launch you right into the goddamn nitros?
This is like that part in Mario 64 where they toss you.
So long, Bowser! Mario should come in and just, like, spin Nina around and go, so long, Nina!
Just murders her. Murders this child.
And she goes, Arr!
We gotta play the... I never finished the Crash... I played one of the Crash reboots and finished it, and I remember it being good, and there's the second one, and I don't know why exactly. I just wasn't feeling that one as a kid.
Wait, which one? Yeah, I like to punch people from far away.
Yeah, I think it was actually the Game Boy Advance that I first encountered Crash on.
Was it? Was it The Huge Adventure or Entranced or something?
Something like that. My friend had it, so I actually didn't have that many Game Boy Advance games, because, like... I mean, you know, I don't know about the rest of you, but when I was a kid, you only got, like, a handful of video games every year. Like, birthday and Christmas, and that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm sure there are plenty of people who got even less than that, and for that, I'm super sorry. But
it is nice being an adult and feeling like, I can just buy whatever game I want now.
Yeah. It's both nice and maybe too much responsibility.
Oh crap, I have to actually play them all.
I have banned myself from any free-to-play mobile game now after I spent like $70 on one, which is not even that bad with like some of the horror stories you hear about those games.
Oh my god, why is there fall damage in this?
Because it hates you specifically.
My first Crash game was The Wrath of Cortex. I might have said that before in this series, but I played almost all of the ones on Game Boy Advance, except for like when Crash of the Titans came out. They made one for every console, but I didn't play the Game Boy Advance one. I'm pretty sure they made one.
I think they did.
It's probably bad.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. Crash of the Titans. They had Crash of the Titans, and they had the second one after that.
Mind Over Mutant.
Yeah, and I remember thinking Mind Over Mutant wasn't as good, but not ever being able to identify exactly why.
It's just not. I mean, it's kind of weird what they did stylistically with the cutscenes. I mean, I guess that's kind of an interesting thing, how like every cutscene has... Fuck! Okay, I'm so out of practice with this. To be fair, this is when the game gets hard. Like, I was doing okay before, but this is when it gets like, oh god.
You know. That's the challenge. I do remember being stuck. This is like where I got like hard stuck when I was a kid. Was this part of the game?
Yeah, this is the level I would never like replaying. I replayed every level but this one. That is kind of nice about this game. How you can kind of just choose what you want to do.
Oh yeah,
it's like semi-open world.
And like there's like a way you can secret. Yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting to go back to those games and like see if we can identify more strongly the difference there.
Yeah, I remember in Mind Over Mutant there was a lot of backtracking, which kind of made it suck. Because
that might have been
me.
It. Yeah, because it was the Crash of the Titans was like level based, and then
it was
this game kind of thing where it's almost open world.
Yeah, but you're like required to backtrack through a lot of areas. Unlike this one where it's still fairly linear for the most part. Most of the backtracking is if you want to revisit a certain level or something.
Yeah, and you're not even really backtracking, you're just taking a shortcut that goes backwards. Back cut.
Ow!
Backslash.
That honestly sounds like a cool word. It sounds like it could be like a band name, like Backslash.
Yeah, you can make like a goth techno band, Backslash.
Oh, I love it. Let's do it.
Incredible. Have you listened to much goth music?
Not really. What do you recommend?
I can send you something. There's one that's like I don't say the fucking name. It's like Sinatra. It's a German.
Sinatra, like Frank Sinatra.
It is spelled very similarly. It's a German word because it's a German band in German, but they make
German bands in German.
If you're willing to accept some YouTuber music, there's always Aviators who makes a fuckload of goth music sometimes based on video games, sometimes just like his own.
Ooh, I'm not familiar with them.
He's a neat one. I used to not like it as much, but after I developed more of a taste for goth music, I like it more.
Excellent. Like these Jimmy Neutron-ass robots.
It's very different from the ants.
Yeah, there's just a lot of like conflicting stylistic decisions happening here. I mean, I kind of like that in a way, but
it does give the game personality.
Like, there were, like, different teams designing different levels or something. I wonder if that's how they did this.
I think it was more that they were just rushed, right?
Yeah.
So, like, they were just like, alright, this is what we're going with. Go, make the next thing.
Oh, yeah, later they're going to make a joke about how they're going to a new dimension, and then Cortex says, it should have been 2 new dimensions, but we ran out of time.
Hilarious.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay.
This part happens during the final boss, and I was fucking up. Like, I can never get the time.
Where's the rest of her arm come from?
Yeah, is she an amputee, and these are all like entirely like cybernetic arms or something?
She got like synthetic limbs designed to look real, but not synthetic hands. I was gonna make fun of her for that, but honestly, I might go for that look too. It's pretty rad.
Very cool, Nina. Very cool.
What happened to her hands? Is she a victim of fucking Cortex's extremely non-OSHA compliant laboratory? Like, babysitting her and got her hands crushed by one of those moving platforms?
The answer will shock you.
That would explain why she's such a bitch to Cortex in later games.
Oh yeah, like that would honestly explain a lot. I remember my little like 10-year-old mind being blown at the time, and like Crash Tag Team Racing when like I found out that Nina could talk in the next one. I was like, what?
Oh yeah, we were. I remember that as well. We were like because like Crash, he doesn't really talk, but he makes vocalizations for the first time in that one.
Oh, he's like,
Yeah, which is, I think, a good choice, honestly. I don't know, it adds some cartoony comedic value to this.
God fucking damn it! Why don't they just let you do it again? Why do they have to have the fall damage?
Well, I'm curious why Uka doesn't protect you from that.
I'm just making sure that's still recording.
I just wanted to make sure I actually hit record. And then we weren't just like...
You would have a fearful moment. I can't believe for that. I've definitely had those.
Professional. We're professionals here.
We are literally not.
We got professional recording equipment, we got professional audio.
Got professionalism.
Anyway, you two can suck my dick.
Hilarious.
I'm not gonna stream that. I'm not gonna record that. Okay. What were you gonna say?
They have some fucking balls. Anyway, I was playing there's like a relatively recent Rogue Trader CRPG, and I guess for some context, Rogue Trader is like it's like colonialism simulator. It's
Warhammer, right?
Yeah, Warhammer 40k, where you're like a colonizer in the original sense of the word. As in, you're like a Victorian era fop who goes around in a giant ship, just like exploiting planets and conquering them and either forcing natives to convert or wiping them out if they're too different from you.
Oh, I wonder if this is an allegory for something.
It's not an allegory, you're just doing colonialism.
It's an allegory for the Vietnam War! I get it!
It's part of my like ongoing problem with Warhammer is that like Warhammer fans will, in the biggest like hope in the world, say that like, oh, all of the people in Warhammer are bad. But that's not really true. First of all, I think the Eldar are fine. The Space Elves are like these, I don't know, communists live in this like society where people just kind of do what they want, but they're all dying out, so everyone's super serious about it. So it is still a little bit dark. I don't know.
Super serial.
For a little while, they had a Tau faction that was seeming like it was supposed to be the good guys, but the Imperium fans decided that wasn't okay, and made it so that the Tau brainwashed people or something. I don't know. Who cares?
Oh god, this fucking part. This is the worst part.
But like, there are like the Disorder factions, which are clearly portrayed consistently as being worse than the Order factions, which just leads to it. Like, it leads to it kind of excusing colonialism in a lot of places, you know, in that way that if you're not careful about your parody, you can often end up doing.
Right. Is Crash a metaphor for colonialism?
Kinda. What is Dr. Cortex if not a colonizer?
Oh god, oh god, oh god, no! Ugh.
You didn't turn.
Fuck you! I'll colonialize your fucking attitude.
Yeah? The threat you want to be making.
I'll colonize everything.
Oh, wow.
I probably shouldn't say that.
No, put it out there.
Lemon 2024, I'll colonize everything.
Let it be known.
I hate these fucking segments where you're just like, you can't see what's in front of you. Like, it's I said this last time, it's a holdover from the original games, but like, it sucked then. Why do we still need it now?
Oh yeah. And especially this one, because like, it gets closer and closer slowly, so you really have to just be going straight.
Yeah, you're
not fucking around as much as possible.
Like, you're not allowed to fuck up, like, even once.
Yeah. And then it does the thing that really annoys me in games where, like, if you slow down too much, then you can be running for, like, half the level still trying to get ahead, but you're already fucked. It's impossible.
You know, I'm not even gonna attempt to get the gem. I don't want to fall off.
Just getting through this part.
Fuck it. Fuck the gems.
It's interesting. I figured this would be your favorite part of the game aesthetically, at least.
Oh yeah, no, like visually it's awesome, but gameplay-wise, it's just kind of frustrating, honestly. It's just because, like, Nina is not as fun to control as Crash. I think part of it is because she can't double jump, and I always like that in Crash.
That does add a little bit more use in general.
Oh yeah, I mean, I kind of like what they did. Like, just, it's interesting how you have a different character to play as during this part.
Yeah, it's just one of many more unrefined moments. Yeah, she's got like a little school backpack. Literally a child.
Is Cortex using child labor right now?
Yeah. And then she does the Cortex run.
Oh yeah.
Hilarious.
Look at this! Look at this!
Around.
What is that? What is that face? What is that face he's doing? Oh, that was amazing. Why was that ant going in circles?
We could get a good because he doesn't have a weapon.
Oh, this part is the worst part. I keep saying that in this level, but the Madame Amberley fuck, I almost died. The Madame Amberley part is the worst part, I think, in this entire game. It's just not fun. I remember how many attempts this took me as a small child.
I really like the.
You are in detention.
Oh my god!
Look at those badongers.
Look at those honk bonk dongers.
Look at those didgeridoo.
Look at those honky bonky monkey mommy milkers.
Oh, these my Amberleys.
Goo gaga mommy milkers. Mamala Harris.
Oh my god, we respect women on this show.
Just not liberals. She has Sith lightning.
Oh yeah, it's fucking Darth Sidious.
At least they give you unlimited ammo.
Yeah, thank God. Can you imagine? It's just like, oh yeah, you only have 7 shots. Good luck. Oh, you don't even need to do it. I thought you needed to do a charged shot for some reason to take her out. I guess not. Oh,
charged shots?
Yeah, you can like go do that.
That's fun.
Thank you. You could have killed me there, but you didn't. That was very kind of you.
I think, and I remember I think when we played Crash Twin Racing Team Racing was a
Tag Team Racing.
I guess there is a different one that's Team Racing, isn't there?
Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, that's the PlayStation one, like the original.
Yeah, no, Tag Team Racing.
No, get it. Yes. Get fucked.
Yeah, see, this isn't so bad.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I remember. I should shut my mouth because I'm probably gonna like jinx it.
No, she'd probably have some better luck if she aimed.
Yeah, she's very bad at this. What were you saying about Tag Team Racing?
Oh, just, I think there's one specific scene.
Why am I out of ammo? Why am I out of ammo? Why will it fire?
Uh-oh.
There we go. Okay. That scared the shit out of me. I thought I was gonna die there.
A little bit of a,
Oh, come on. Fucking... Oh, fuck you! You
were so
fucking
close.
asshole.
You were so close.
Why did it run out of ammo for some reason there? Oh, no. Okay. It probably gives you like 99 shots or something, and then like after that it reloads or something. It'll take a second.
This is a relatively forgiving game.
Yeah, it's not. I complain about it a lot, but you know.
Okay. We got it.
Conceptually, this is it happened again. What the fuck?
Yeah, there's definitely.
Oh
something.
my fucking god!
Well.
What the fuck? Why are we back here? Wasn't there a checkpoint?
I do remember there being one.
Good god, this game sucks.
I'm doing a full 360 on this one, huh?
No, I love this game, despite my complaining.
All you have to do is simply clutch. Simply be good.
I'll simply Dutch.
Yeah?
Angle. I don't know what
Oven?
Dutch oven. Alright. Why would they not give you a checkpoint?
For the longest time, I was. I did not know that the Dutch oven was like actually a kitchen implement. I thought it was just, the Dutch oven.
Yeah, the thing,
The thing that gets you kicked out of a sleepover,
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience there.
I don't think so. It's the one where you fart and hold the covers over someone's head. Dutch oven.
Oh yeah.
But no, apparently it's also an actual kitchen implement. It's really fucking useful.
Why do they have lightsabers?
Well, where would we be without lightsaber-wielding ants? They would have no identity.
Is this Disney's woke Star Wars reboot?
We were talking about the Acolyte in a different episode.
No, it was just in a conversation, I think. We weren't recording.
Oh, no, we weren't recording.
Yeah.
Never mind. My life is already bleeding apart. Anyway, I did find... I heard someone say that it was similar... That it was similar in a lot of ways to Episode 8.
The Last Jedi?
Yeah, which actually makes me interested in checking it out, because while The Last Jedi wasn't great, I do respect... I've said this before on camera, I'm sure, that I respect it of the Disney prequels more, which is to say, that's a very low bar to clear, but I do respect it a lot more for, like, being the only thing, one of very few things that Disney has made that says something new about Star Wars, that has like a critique of the Jedi or the Force and all.
Oh yeah, it's not just remember this, remember that.
Yeah, it's a movie with fundamentally more ambition than either 9 or 7, so I respect that a lot. Which makes me, I don't know, maybe I'll check out Acolyte. Probably not though, because... like, honestly.
Nah. I think I might have said this before, but, like, I'm just burnt out on Star Wars in general. Just, like, at this point, it doesn't matter what they put out, I'm probably not gonna see it.
Yeah. And also, like, so much fucking work. You gotta go on another streaming platform.
Uh-huh. And, like, I think we mentioned this in one of our other conversations, not recorded, but, like, Oh, I lost my train of thought there. Sorry, I'm focusing on this thing. Try not to die.
Don't you worry, I'll keep us going with some really hilarious...
Oh, no, I remember now. How they're kind of trying to make it into a Marvel sort of thing, where you need to watch one show to understand what's happening in the other.
Yeah.
With The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, you know?
Which was a bad idea when they did it with Marvel, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, at the time it was new and fresh, and they were only doing it with the movies, you know?
Yeah, and at the time, that was like the peak of Marvel's popularity, I think. So, like, you could rely a little bit more on people who haven't seen things. And I feel like a lot of the stuff they made, you didn't actually have to have seen the other movies.
No, yeah, that's the other thing. At most it would just be like a little reference or something.
But I also haven't seen that part of The Mandalorian, so I don't know if you do actually have to see Book of Boba Fett. I just know it's something people complain about.
No, I think in, like, the last 2 episodes of Book of... Why does it, like, make you run out of ammo during that part? Alright. In the last, like, 1 or 2 episodes of Book of Boba Fett, it's Mandalorian content, I think.
I know that, yeah, Book of Boba Fett is, like, about the Mandalorian.
Yeah! Fuck you! Alright.
Finally... Oh my god. Oh my god. I murdered that old woman.
Could you imagine just, like, I don't make it to the platform and I just fall down, and I have to do it all again.
You just heard, like, a really sickening splat. Splat, just like a... like
crunch. Yeah. And not...
splat.
And we're not talking about the Bandicoot. Come on, let me in. Let me in!
Crunch, played by Mr. T.
Oh yeah, they did do that. Because he wasn't originally like that in Wrath of Cortex. He was just...
He was more...
Kevin Michael Richardson. Oh my god.
Just slams you against the wall and there's like a spray of blood.
Well, with that, we finally fucking finished Madame Amberley's Academy of Evil. Thank god that was painful. I mean, not as bad as I... Hey, look at that carpet.
I only died like twice.
No, I died a lot there. Well, in the boss I died twice, but as Nina I died a lot just then.
I don't know. We didn't even go below 30 lives, so I'm sure it was fine.
Yeah, I guess. I did keep picking them up. Oh, thank you. How convenient. Here we go! Let's go! Oh yeah, and then we get to fight the ants for no reason, because filler, I guess. We did it on the way here! So long, terrible school for terrible people.
Terrible school for terrible people. The size of a city, but also has 8th graders in it.
Oh yeah, it's this part.
I remember now.
It must be like one of those, like, all the way out to college boarding schools.
Oh yeah, it's a college town.
I like the lowercase n when they're a kid.
Oh yeah, that is funny. So when Nina's an adult, hers will be...
8.
Oh yeah.
That's why I thought she was 8. I'm such a genius.
Oh, they love me. They throw my I love that.
Phase 1 in my plan to
This is some Jimmy Neutron shit, isn't it? It really feels like that era of just like, oh, I'm a really super smart child scientist.
I feel like the whole child genius thing is that was definitely the peak of it. It's a recurring theme or a recurring trope, but definitely that era of like the Dear Evan Hansen.
parents were gone.
This Dear Evan, I'm not familiar with that. What is that?
It's a movie.
Oh, okay.
I think it was also a stage play at one point. It might not actually be Dear Evan. I think it is. It's one about like a child who's supposed to be a genius because he can like
Back off, Grandpa.
I don't know. He's an asshole, but like clearly the writer thinks he's coming off as like smart and emotionally intelligent, when really he's just coming off as extremely conceited.
Oh yeah, that's always funny. Oh hey, we don't actually have to fight the ants. I thought it would be another, like on the way here when we were Cortex and we were shooting them. Oh well.
Oh, hilarious. Now we're back on to, I think this is the final stretch, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to the final world here. And I don't think it's going to be nearly, I'm going to put my foot in my mouth here probably, but I don't think it's nearly as hard as the Madman Relief section.
I don't remember it being as hard.
Come on. I still think these doors are supposed to be like loading screens, like they're trying to render the next area or something.
That would make sense.
That's why sometimes they take a while to open.
Yeah.
Oh, this part, after this cutscene, blew my mind. I'll point it out when it happens. Not that part. That part's pretty funny when he goes all the way there to get her, and she just punches it.
Pretty funny.
Oh, he just said the line too. Should have been 2 dimensions.
Line part. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's definitely not OSHA safe. Oh my god.
This part blew my mind.
This part I remember being very foundational for art. This is another, like, very homoerotic moment. I keep on making the joke, and I thought it would be more of a stretch, but it really isn't. Kidnapped that child.
Oh my god. We need to update,
Is End of Crash a pedophile? We can't say that.
I don't think so.
Edit in me saying PDF file.
PDF file, space file. Oh, I think there's another cool thing I can do here, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna try to show off some more cool stuff here.
Don't embarrass me.
Whoop.
God.
Oh, I fucked it up. You can go down there though. You can actually explore the bottom. I'm gonna try to do it real quick.
Explore Bikini Bottom.
Yes, it's suddenly a SpongeBob game.
Such a classic.
Oh, we should play that. We should play Battle for Bikini Bottom. That's a good game.
I actually never played it, despite like most. It's like a very nostalgic game for a lot of people my age.
Yeah, I missed out on that, and I played it later. I was like, oh, this is actually good. I would have liked this as a kid.
So I remember it came out around the time the first SpongeBob SquarePants movie came out.
Yeah, that was like peak SpongeBob. That was like the best.
Actually released in theaters.
All right, we're not supposed to be down here.
Did it release in theaters?
The movie? Oh yeah, totally.
What the fuck is going on in the backgrounds there? Look around again.
Oh, there's like a giant vortex in the sky.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? What kind of weird ass dimension is this?
I don't know. It's the 10th dimension, and the water's purple for some reason. I dig it. I live here.
Would you?
Probably not. There's nothing to do.
Yeah, no, I do remember this being like in our imagined worlds, very influential. This.
Oh my god, yeah. So we would make like little comic characters, and they were
cool. We did write comics about it. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we did.
Content creators for our whole life.
We have
a webcomic.
What?
We should start a webcomic.
We should. That would be fun.
What a great idea. Nobody's ever done that.
Why is I love how there's just Wampa fruit down here for no reason.
Oh yeah, it's like I guess this is an unused.
I don't like
use it. It looks like they were going to use it for something.
Maybe. I mean, I think the idea is they just copy and pasted stuff from the Iceberg lab, but just forgot to remove some things. I always thought it'd be cool if like you could do the whole ice climb, but like with a different aesthetic like this, you know? Because like normally over here is where you go to the ice climb segment, but it's absent.
Yeah. We did not have very much memory to be working with.
Anyway, I just thought that was
this
cool.
era.
I thought I'd show that off.
There you go, another glitch. We'll have to do that with Halo 3. I know a whole bunch of Halo 3 glitches.
Oh, I love getting outside the map in those games. Like that part on the arc where you can find like the weird hieroglyphics like
yeah,
just outside
even
the
on the
map.
first level, there's a way to do it.
Oh yeah.
So I think usually you need 4 players for it.
Oh, do you? Oh, we should see if we can get the. We might have mentioned this in another episode, but the guy in his underwear jumping upside down on the last level.
Oh, absolutely.
The JPEG of the guy.
I can talk about this several times.
Yeah, we have. Not to sound like a broken record or anything.
Definitely when we played. Here we are again.
Oh, that's more lore. Daughter and niece.
Who's the mom?
I don't know.
Adam Amberley?
Game.
Probably not.
That'd be kind of fucked up, honestly, given the age difference.
And is the fact that she was his teacher?
Yeah.
He does look like a man who has those kinds of issues, I have to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at that face.
I mean, I don't know. We're just trying to go through like the only
They're
Whitman.
such great toxic boyfriends.
They're perfect for each other. Okay, this song goes so fucking hard. This is like one of my favorite tracks in the entire game.
I'm familiar with this one. They so rarely ever got this far. I always thought it would be fun if they had like if there was like there's evil Crash here, but if there was like a good Cortex.
They actually did plan on doing that. So they were actually gonna. So later on, there is another what do you call it? When Cortex is running away from the bees, remember that part?
Yeah.
They're going to do another one of those, but you were actually going to play as Evil Crash, and Cortex was good Cortex, and you're supposed to, like, use the machines to torture him into becoming Evil Cortex again. Like, he keeps getting injured, and he gets progressively angrier and angrier. I think that's what they originally planned to do, but, again, they ran out of time. There's, like, concept art for it and stuff.
That's interesting.
Yeah, there's a ton of content in this game. In fact, there was going to be a whole level where you go inside Coco's mind.
Huh.
The level was going to be called Gone a Bit Coco. And you play it's another segment where you play as Cortex, and you're going around shooting like cutesy bunny things. And I think you're in like Coco's brain. What's that?
I remember seeing the concept art for the cutesy bunny thing.
Yeah. And it's like a cool, like, Candyland looking place. So, I mean, it's understandable why they cut it, because it just kind of seems like filler, but
I mean, yeah, you really have to, when you're on, like, a really tight schedule like this one was, you gotta really cut it down to the essentials.
Oh, yeah.
I have a lot of sympathy for it now that I understand, that I've actually tried to make games, to understand the design process a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, especially when you're working under a deadline and stuff.
Yeah, deadlines suck ass.
Oh, yeah, they do. And,
I had an internship when I was in high school where we were trying to make a game, but we were only at the internship once a week, and so we basically just had like a school year but once a week to make a game. There's not enough time at all.
No, I mean, unless it's just like a really, really basic thing, like a text game or something.
We were way too overambitious. I remember it's like so. One of those things like burned in my memory now, because like when I was a kid I was like whatever adults, but like all the adults in the room being like, okay, maybe you know when games happen a lot of the times you have to cut things out, like trying to prepare us emotionally.
They tried to warn you.
Yeah. No, we ended up getting like we had one level that we made an Unreal Engine and a hover tank that we had made that we tried to import from, I think, Google SketchUp, which does not import very well into Unreal, as it turns out. So it turned it from like a tank to this like spore-ass looking blob thing.
Oh
We just
my
had to go
god,
with it.
that's wonderful.
They even let us use their fucking mocap studio
Really?
to make a cutscene that we never put in the game because not enough time. But it was extremely cool. Those mocap studios, I mean, it's a lot more common now. Like you can get VR setups now that like you put multiple cameras around the room and they'll track your body. Back then you had to wear like a suit with using this child.
We're a totem pole.
Racism.
I love Evil Crash's house, but that's really cool that they gave you all those like resources to even do stuff like that. Like,
it wasn't an internship with Valve, the corporation, but Valve was like it was like a non-profit that Valve was supporting.
right.
The whole that was like supposed to be like teaching kids STEM related stuff.
Oh yeah, I took similar things. It wasn't super technical or anything, but
Yeah, that one was a lot more overambitious. It was we were like some of the first kids to go through it, and I have no idea if it's still around.
you were the guinea pigs to see if it would actually work.
For a lot in my school times. The high school I went to we were also the first kids through it, and it was like a graduating class of like 18 people.
Ooh.
But it was very funny because like we got to a point where they were like they really couldn't, for their accreditation, I'm not accreditation, but you know, something to that effect, they couldn't have anybody fail. So like very quickly we realized that it didn't really matter what we did.
You could just fuck around.
They're gonna they're gonna pass us because like otherwise, you know, 18 people, so like if one person fails, that's a greater than a 5% dropout or 5% failure rate added right there.
So you're basically at our mercy here.
God, did we were such shitheads. I was considered one of the good kids, despite the fact that I, like, literally very blatantly didn't go to Spanish class, despite the fact that, like, multiple times I would be out in the parking lot in my car and the teacher would come out of the classroom to get me and I'd be like, oh shit, pull out and try to
Wait, what the fuck? Why didn't it work? Alright.
GS game.
You know what? I have dreams like that, where except they're usually like stress-inducing dreams, where it's like, oh my god, what is wrong with this button? Fix your shit, game! I have dreams where, it's usually like in college or something, like I'm back in college, and like, there's this class that I was supposed to be taking for like an entire quarter or something, and like the final exam is coming up, and I've done nothing, I've done none of the assignments, I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? So it's like, that's like a stress scenario for me, for you it's like, whatever.
I have very severe ADHD, and my experience with the school system, like, I had a lot of those Bart Simpson moments, you know, the one where he's like, I actually tried this time, and he's like, it's an F.
Oh, that's a classic episode, Bart gets an F. That's like a season 2 episode.
Yeah, it's a really, really good episode.
It is,
and
it's
I
really
related, it made me, like, tear up the first time I saw it, just because, like, that was, I had those moments so many times, but yeah, as a result, like, I just ended up with this very blasé attitude about, like, cheating and skipping assignments.
Yeah.
And honestly skipping classes. Like, I was getting, at one point, exponential detentions for attendance for not going to that class, but I just didn't serve any of them.
Wait, I must skip the thing. Oh god.
Which is funny because I remember the first time I got a detention in like 7th grade, I cried.
Really?
Yeah. So I was, you know, very sensitive to disapproval, despite the fact that I was also like had this blasé attitude about, you know, I cheat on my homework all the time.
Right. I was just concerned with like, oh my god, what are my parents gonna think? Like, I'm gonna be so much. Not they weren't like, you know, super like fucking abusive or anything, but it's just like I didn't want to disappoint them or anything, you know.
Yeah, I think it was kind of normal in our area for parents to be relatively strict about grades. My parents tried to be, but like, you know, I just wasn't able to do it. And eventually they're supportive, but like, you know, it was naturally worrying for a parent, I assume, to have a kid who's like not just not succeeding in school and doesn't seem like she's trying. I was trying, but like at a certain point when you're like a teenager, right, it's less painful to act like nothing matters than it is to...
What the fuck was that? God damn it! I feel like an idiot. Alright.
Well, it's at least you weren't being recorded.
Shut up. The only time I ever got like detention in general really was just because I was late for a few classes or something. I think our school had a rule where it's like if you miss 3 in a row or something, then,
Yeah.
or not miss entirely, but like if you're late 3 times in a row, then you have to serve like an hour of detention. It was something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah.
That was the only time really.
Detentions really weren't that bad because you're only like there for you're not there for that long after school, and you just do all your homework.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, honestly.
I mean, I still skipped them most of the time because I didn't. By the end, I just wasn't doing my homework.
Was it just senioritis or like?
I got extremely early onset senioritis. I had senioritis by the time I was a fucking 8th grade.
I've had senioritis my entire academic career.
I think honestly, I think it legitimately fucked me up. Like, I think it gave me just like a really, really bad work ethic and a really bad attitude about getting things done that I've had to work through as an adult. You know?
Well, when you're young, it's just kind of you're still figuring stuff out, and I don't know.
You're very impressionable.
Yeah.
I think people, whenever people say kids are impressionable, they're usually trying to like get the Matrix banned or something. When really, impressionable means like your, very strict conservative upbringing is child abuse.
Oh look, Evil Crash left us a gem. I like how he just gives up after the stage. He's like, okay, fuck you guys, I'm jumping back here. Oh, that's another thing. There's actually another bit of cut content here. I think you can find the clip on YouTube. It's storyboarded and voice acted, but they never animated it. You were still going to meet Evil Coco after this chase.
Oh, I have very vague memories of it.
And she's like a goth girl, and she's like,
That's hot.
and she's flirting with Cortex or something. She's like, I know men like their Coco, hot and bitter. And then Cortex is like, I'm not thirsty. Let's go. There's so much good content in this game. I'm kind of sad that it never got in.
Yeah, every game that's rushed is such a tragedy to me because, like, for that exact reason.
Oh yeah. I almost kind of want. This will never happen probably, but I almost kind of want them to do like a remaster of this game and get all that shit in there, like what the game should have been.
I'd be interested to hear like why it was so rushed.
Yeah, I'd be curious.
Sometimes it's rushed just because the studio was low on money, but other times it's rushed for more like executive reasons. Like Dragon Age 2, for example, is like an infamously tampered with game by like EA, both in terms of the time frame they gave it to come out, which really made the game suffers a lot because of that, and also the name. If you notice, like, it's the only one that has a numbered name in the Dragon Age series. There's Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age Inquisition, Dragon Age Veilguard, or whatever the new one is.
Yeah.
And they wanted Dragon Age 2 to have a naming convention like that, but EA superseded them and demanded that it be called Dragon Age 2 for marketing purposes.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's just like this weird, odd child out.
Yeah, studio interference can really just fuck things up.
Yeah, I'm sure, what a groundbreaking opinion, EA sucks.
Not just even EA, just like in general, like it just kind of sucks when an artist's vision is just compromised.
By the producers, yeah. There is a legitimate need for a producer's job, somebody who's like overseeing things.
Oh yeah, no,
but
for
I feel like the producer should be a director, not.
They're not creative, like they're not artists or whatever.
No, they're there to protect the investment. That's their job.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. There's only like one. Well, maybe two. Like, there's like one example in my mind that stands out where studio interference actually ended up like helping the end product. And it's not even a video game, actually. There was a movie. It was an Exorcist sequel, actually. It was called Exorcist 3. I think it was originally going to be called Legion, which was based on another one of the books that the author of The Exorcist had written. And
it's a biblical reference, isn't it?
It is, yeah, because that's all about possession and stuff. But the studio actually had them change the ending, and honestly, for me, I think it was actually for the better because they do this whole like. Imagine this: the Exorcist sequel didn't have an exorcism scene at the end.
So they're like, we have to. Yeah, they're like, we have to do it. No, to be fair, for like the third, that's the kind of project where that studio interference often helps.
Yeah.
It's like the Sonic movie we were talking about.
No, that was the other example that came into my mind as I was thinking of that one, where I was like, well, maybe 2. Where studio interference ended up being better.
And I feel like I mean, this is me making a massive assumption about The Exorcist 3, but the fact that it's The Exorcist 3 makes me think that that's kind of, like, they were just, I just assumed that The Exorcist is a movie that didn't really need a sequel, maybe like spiritual successors, but not a sequel.
Yeah.
So much like with Sonic, I find myself doubting that there's any kind of creative vision,
right?
Like, serious creative vision behind it, which is why like the Sonic thing, they're like, oh, we'll just redesign the Sonic because like they just very clearly, I don't think we're very attached.
No,
they were just like because. What that Sonic looks like is honestly like, do you remember the 3D Garfield movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
the Bill Murray ones.
Which I loved as a kid, but
as an adult, you know.
As an adult, I don't even have to see it again. I can just remember it and be like, oh my god, that was terrible.
Well, the thing is with that in particular, it's just like there are several movies like that where it's just like, let's take this normally cartoon character and then bring them into the real world, and then, you know, they get into this wacky adventure where they go to the Big Apple, you know? Like they did that with the Tom and Jerry movie recently, too, you know?
God.
But
I mean, because I feel like if you're gonna make it a movie, if you're gonna make a cartoon thing a movie, there's like 2 things you gotta do. You gotta have like an upgrade to the animation, and that doesn't always just mean higher fidelity. It means like an actual upgrade. I think a really good example is the Recess movie. Do you remember that?
I don't remember seeing it, but go ahead.
Well, okay.
I hit the jump button. What the fuck? All right.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of good examples. That one just comes up because I saw like a Tenerific Tariq video about it recently.
Oh, I'll have to see it.
Yeah, Tenerific Tariq, by the way, if you don't follow him, I think you'd really like him.
Yeah, I've not heard of him. I'll have to check him out.
He's, really, really good content creator about cartoons.
I can always appreciate that.
Yeah. Plus, you know, not the point.
One thing I was going to say about the Exorcist sequel was that, in that case, that one actually did have some love behind it, at least, because it was directed by the author of the book.
Oh.
Which is interesting, because, like, yeah, so he had some creative say in what was happening in the original Exorcist movie.
That completely invalidates my point.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. And that's interesting, because the original ending was his vision, because I'm pretty sure that's how it ended in the book. But then the studio come along and said, no, we need a bigger Hollywood ending. But in this case, I actually kind of agree with the studio. Like, the ending was, the studio ending was much better. Because in the director's cut ending, it's so fucking anticlimactic, because the whole thing is, like, there's this possessed serial killer dude, and, like, the main character is, like, this police detective, like, trying to figure out what's going on. At the end of the director's cut, he just, spoilers, I guess, for this thing for 1990, he just walks in and just shoots him and leaves. Like, that's the end of the movie in the director's cut. So the studio's just like, let's have something a little more interesting happen.
Yeah, I think that's like another example, because he's an author, right? This is another example of something that it's like an art house ending. But
it is, yeah.
Just like how different. I think people often do not respect how different a medium film is to a book.
Oh yeah.
Just like there are so many things that theoretically you can do in a book or in a
movie, but like it's not going to translate well. Yeah,
like just like a narration, internal monologue.
Oh yeah, that doesn't really translate well. Anytime there's something like that.
Yeah. So I haven't read these books, so I don't know what the thing. So there are definitely some books that are easier to translate than others, I think.
Oh well, it's interesting. Fuck you! I always get mad when I die.
Yeah, you do.
Well, it's just like we're near the end of the game. Just like I want to beat this. We're so close. Where is the fucking platform? All right.
Don't worry, we got time.
Yeah.
Only 45 minutes into the recording session.
That's not so bad. So I actually read the original Exorcist book. Oh my god, I feel so stupid. And it was actually really accurate. The movie was really accurate to the original book. Like, some scenes were just kind of one-to-one. But I haven't read Legion yet, but I imagine there's probably a lot more internal narration, and It's very much like a writer's movie, you know.
Yeah, I think those fantasy type books. I know that it's more of a horror, but like the horror, especially supernatural horror, has a strong crossover with dark fantasy, and I feel like fantasy books often translate relatively well. I know that people complain a lot about like the Lord of the Rings adaptation, but I think it's relatively faithful. I mean, naturally, you're going to have to cut out a lot of scenes in a book that size.
Oh, for sure. I mean, honestly, the Peter Jackson movies are fucking epic. I mean, not to sound like a fucking freaking epic, dude. I haven't read the books, so I guess I can't really. I have.
I've only it's been a long ass time since I've like looked at the books. I don't think I ever finished them as a kid.
But like, you know, it's a movie, so of course they're not going to get every little detail, especially in something that thick, you know.
Yeah, which is. So I've been watching the Amazon's Wheel of Time. Wheel of Time is like a formative series for me.
Yeah, you were telling me about this recently. Go on.
Oh yeah,
you haven't told the audience.
Yeah, I read it as a teenager, and it's like a coming to age type fantasy story. So it was, it was the ideal time to be reading it. Also, a cracking moment. It's the Amazon series is. I haven't seen the second season yet, but the first season had a really strong start. But like, what happened in it is that like the COVID happened, and they had to cut and redo and like change their plans for a lot of the end scenes.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And they were planning on doing like a really big like Helm's Deep style battle scene there, but when it's COVID.
You can't really do that.
Yeah, so they ended up making it into this big CGI mess.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it just leaves the whole thing feeling really mid.
Yeah, like, it's disappointing.
And then what's even worse is that people are wrong online about it. Like, a lot of people didn't like it, but people online are so fucking stupid. You don't have any idea what...
Not you guys, we love you guys.
That means you have good taste. But just like having people are just like, well, just make it like the books. Wheel of Time, in particular, you just can't. That is a book that is like 90%. I like that you have this memorized.
Yeah, I've done this a lot. This part.
That is a book that is like 90%. Fucking internal monologue, because it's a major theme of it is like how the pressure of being a chosen one has a really, really negative effect on your like mental state as a as a young person.
Oh yeah, just all that responsibility. Yeah,
yeah, and I think it's like drawing a lot from the author's experiences as a Vietnam veteran. He actually has this really fucked up story where he saw another soldier do a thing to a Vietnamese woman that you can't say on YouTube.
Oh no.
And like not the one you're thinking of, worse. The worst one. Yeah, that one.
Oh boy.
And he was just, and like, he like straight up in an interview, he just straight up admits to murdering this guy.
Oh wait, the author?
Yeah, the author admits to murdering this guy because he just couldn't stand the idea of this guy going back to
like civilized society.
Civilized society having done that.
Holy shit.
Hardcore as shit. Kinda based. But also like if you read the books, the how tortured the characters are about like death and their place in this like supernatural war makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
I highly recommend the books.
Wasn't that kind of a thing with J.R.R. Tolkien?
Yes.
He like a lot of the Lord of the Rings stuff was just stuff from his time as a soldier.
Yeah, there's a really, really interesting. There's a lot of very interesting parallels I think that can be drawn between Robert Jordan and Tolkien as fantasy authors, both in that like they're very similar types of fantasy novels, but also that like specifically they're like places as veterans and like the main character's place as like somebody who doesn't want to be, who's like conscripted into a war they didn't want to be in, and all that.
Right.
Which I feel like a lot of people find, I don't know, passe or annoying when the main character doesn't want to be there. They're like, well, I want to go on a great adventure like that.
Yeah. Would you though?
I mean, like, I think you just have boot brain, to be honest.
Brain.
You've been primed by the American war machine to go off into war and die. No, it is... I don't know. I get annoyed.
Ah, shit.
I get very annoyed that a lot of people seem to have no patience for character development.
Wow. Okay.
Hold on.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I ruined it.
On the right side, we're still just a fuckload of lives, so I think we're doing fine.
Oh yeah, we'll be fine. Anyway.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, a lot of people just don't have patience for character development, or like, especially what really annoys me is when people don't have patience for characters who don't act with the, like, God's eye view that the audience has. This is a very common criticism of Wheel of Time, because Wheel of Time is, one of the major themes is that everybody is really locked into their own perspective. So a lot of characters end up with, like, these really, really counterproductive delusions for books and books at a time. Some of them just don't get better. But I think it's fascinating because he like really explores why they think that way and like the harm that it does. But you know, there are a lot of people who are like, if I was in Wheel of Time, I would simply not be a zealot.
You guys are aware that like these guys are not aware that they're fictional characters, right? In a story, and like they've been raised to think a certain way in this society.
Like, I'm sure people understand that. They just want the plot to go along with it, but like, what is this obsession with making movies that are just nothing but plot, right?
Yeah, like, have a point.
Or have character. Like, I feel like this is another major problem in this like post-Netflix era of television. We don't get any filler. And because filler has this reputation as being bad, but a lot of the filler episodes, like Avatar: The Last Airbender, any good TV show that has filler will be using that filler for like valuable character development.
Yeah. So this reminds me of how like for a while in the show Breaking Bad, the Fly episode was like the lowest rated episode or something because it was like one of the only episodes in the entire series that was a filler episode. But that was all about like character development and stuff. You know, like
it showed a lot. It was very artistic. I liked it a lot.
It's a good episode. Yeah, and you know what's funny enough? It's directed by Rian Johnson of The Last Jedi. Oh, here comes the epic cameo. Epic. So I guess Spyro canonically lives in the 10th dimension.
Hilarious.
Dimension.
No, Spyro, like in his games, does just go to other dimensions.
Oh, does he? Okay.
We'll have to play Spyro: A Hero's Tale at some point.
Oh, we should. Yeah.
Do you have that?
Yeah, it's on the shelf over there.
I'll play that. Oh, I want to finish my sword.
Oh yeah, we'll do that first.
Yeah, because I've been playing a lot of the Spyro remastered. Spyro is a fucking baby game. It's really easy.
The original ones? Oh yeah. I've played a little bit of the original on PS1, and it's fun. It is relatively easy, but
yeah, it's a game for little kids. But
like when you look at like
it's cute.
Crash Bandicoot games at the time, those are fucking like ball-breakingly hard.
Yeah. Spyro definitely feels like it's for the younger audience.
Oh yeah.
Like, did you ever play those humongous games like Pajama Sam?
Oh yeah. Or Putt. What's the car one? The Putt
Travels.
Yeah, or Freddy Fish.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Load the goddamn level.
And if you like look at if you ever look at the oh, there you go. If you ever look at the manuals for those games, they have like specific age ratings for each one, right? Like Putt is really, really young kids, and then Freddy Fish is like elementary school age.
Oh yeah, like early childhood. And
then later elementary, like they have like very specific numbers there. And then Spy Fox is for like 10 to 11-year-olds.
Oh right.
I want to play those.
We should. That could be interesting, just examining those.
Yeah, that'd be a good like stream not being in the same room type game.
Oh, yeah. By the way, we're at the final boss. This is it. This is the end of the game. This is kind of a big deal. I'm gonna miss this game when we're done with it.
Yeah. Maybe we can find a ROM hack or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll play some... we definitely will probably play some of the other Crash games at some point, because this is a series that's near and dear to me.
Oh, yeah, and I feel like I'm starting to get like a feel for our voice being, nostalgic games from our childhood.
Because, we're passionate about it, so...
And also, I think it leads to a much more comfortable flow of conversation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
When there's some familiarity.
Like, I kind of just, went through that entire last level, just kind of... Because I already knew what to do and all that. I wasn't like, what do I do? And I was just able to just have a nice conversation and stuff.
It probably makes for better watching, too, honestly.
Yeah, so we're not just flailing around being like, what do we do? What do we do? And getting off topic.
I know that a lot of people get really annoyed when don't make progress in Let's Plays.
Yeah, which,
I never
I guess
understood that.
It's kind of fair. I mean, if you're there for the personality, then I guess you shouldn't complain, but...
I mean, you're allowed to complain about whatever you want, but...
teach their own.
Yeah, I just don't agree.
I mean...
For me, it's always been about personality, so I even like it when... I like it when people get mad, so it's funny to me. So I really enjoy Let's Plays where they don't make any progress and they're just freaking out.
Yeah, that is funny, but I mean, you don't want that if you're, watching a long play or something and you're, trying to figure out what to do, or you just want to have some background noise.
Yeah.
I have a strategy here where I let this thing, go to another area so it can't attack me while I'm going up the loops.
I think it's cool as fuck.
I love it. I love the mechs in this game. There's only 2, but they're awesome.
Yeah, it's a really, really good it's a very, very strong example of mech design, I think.
Yeah. Look how unique this is compared to Mecha Bandicoot from earlier.
Even Mecha Bandicoot, really, really good, because it's very detailed, but also recognizable, it's a solid silhouette, and you can see what it is and what it's doing at all times.
It's very distinct. Wouldn't it be funny if Crash Twinsanity ended like Evangelion?
Nina jerks off in her own hands.
Crash, wake up!
Nina gets groomed into piloting the Evangelion.
Get into the robot, Nina. Well,
I saw a very funny post about that. I don't think transition would have saved Shinji, but it would have been really funny to watch the psychological effect on his dad as Shinji slowly morphs into his dead wife.
Oh my god. That would be funny.
Yeah, it wouldn't. I don't think it would have saved Shinji. Maybe it would have helped. Shinji does have some egg energy, but I think it's, for trans women, any depressed twink is relatable.
In Mecha.
They do like Mecha.
Oh my god, look at that butt plug, you see that?
Yeah, gotta recharge.
Gotta shoot more ant babies.
Little ant dance.
Ant dance. When, I remember when you first told me about the infamous hospital scene in the end of Evangelion, and I just straight up didn't believe you. I was just like, that can't be how it ends.
I was so sure that I was fucking with you. To be fair, it does sound...
It sounds made up.
It sounds exactly... Not even just made up, but something I would make up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just to fuck with me. I'm just I just straight up don't believe you. And then, you sent me a clip of it, I'm just like... I still don't believe you.
You made this up for this bit. Commissioned an animator to do this.
Although, to be fair, if you told me how Evangelion actually ended, I still wouldn't believe you, because it is pretty crazy.
Yeah. It's one of those very... I think it's just there's a specific... web comics and manga.
Wow, I fucking get this. Sorry, go ahead.
That's the other part that always annoys me about playing this Nina, is that very finicky with the grabbing of the things.
Yeah. Sorry, audience. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I swear this never happened.
I swear this never... Yeah. What was I saying?
You were great, though, audience. You did great.
Yeah, you guys are great. Don't... Tip your waitress. Yeah, now I hear what I was saying.
We were talking about Evangelion or something.
Oh, right. Where like
Fuck you!
it always,
Okay.
it always ends with you like fighting God, and it has this very like abstract biblical type ending. I think of like there's so many webcomics that are like this. But
Oh yeah, I think in the case of Evangelion, there's a lot of religious symbolism, but from what I've heard, the creator like didn't have a whole lot of like deeper meaning to it. He just liked it and thought it looked cool.
yeah, but
Which respectable, you know.
respectable, and also I think that like that doesn't necessarily take away from the deeper meaning. I think it's perfectly acceptable to find deep meaning in art when that wasn't the intention.
Yeah, it's like a Rorschach test, you know. It's just whatever you make of it.
Yeah. And I there's like a desire online for people to like be right in their interpretations of things, so they go and look for what the author said. But I really don't think you should give a shit about that. Like, I don't think that's what makes an interpretation correct. I think it's literally like just if you can make the case well.
What? Whoa! What the fuck was that?
We're finding so many glitches in this game.
No, but I agree with you. I think it should be up to the viewer, up to the audience. Just whatever you take away from it,
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, it just seems kind of closed-minded to just be like, no, it's this and nothing else,
Yeah. Absolutely. And like a lot of people have, I think, a kind of understandable, like, strong connection to their interpretation of something a lot of the time.
Oh yeah.
And like, I can understand why someone else's interpretation might feel like an attack, but it's not.
Right. I mean, yeah. Just like any attack on like your theory feels like an attack on them,
Yeah, and then also like the example I'm thinking of is because I'm like a Tumblr bitch. Most of when I see this, it's like queer interpretations of media, and then like because particularly when I was a kid, it was really, really rare to get representation. People would be really defensive of it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm more sympathetic to that than I am to I don't know, white male gamer audiences. Not to be cringe, but like
yeah, I'm a gamer.
not to be like not to be cringe, but like y'all have all kinds of shit, and also I don't know.
No, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Something when the person isn't exactly like you. Like a lot of them, there's the argument that a lot of the time I think when adults make it, it's disingenuous, but a lot of times teenagers make it, and I think it's more genuine there when they're like, well, why am I not allowed to be angry about not being able to relate to this? When the minorities are allowed to be angry about not being able to relate to this.
Exactly.
Which,
oh my god, no!
It is the context that makes the difference here.
Fuck you! Not you. Sorry, gotta do that shit again. I forgot what you had to do for the Cortex bit.
Well,
alright.
We're still... Well, if we go below 30 lives, then officially you're a failure.
Oh no. No pressure or anything.
Yeah.
Now I'm tilted. After this, we're gonna go get, like, Chinese burgers.
There's a really nice burger place. I wonder if it's still there. It's like by the Dunn Lumber.
Oh, we should check it out.
Check it out. Anyway, the difference is the context. That, like, there's already lots... Because the issue is not that gay people can't relate to straight male white characters, or that people of color can't relate to white characters, because they can, and frankly we do all the time. It's literally just a matter of, like, there's not very much of this one thing, so there should be more of it.
Yeah, and, like, no one is forcing you to consume the media of the other thing that doesn't apply to you,
And I do think it's, honestly, character weakness. It displays a deep weakness in character if you can't relate to somebody who doesn't look like you. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, it just seems really narrow-minded,
I do not respect you or that opinion.
This person is not exactly like me. Like, Oh, how boring would it be if everyone was just exactly the same, you know?
Yeah, and also, like, how arbitrary is it? Because I guarantee you're not a moisture farmer, you're probably not even a regular farmer, but you relate to Luke Skywalker, don't you?
Yeah.
You just assign this arbitrary extra level of meaning to his whiteness.
You're not a space
or his
wizard.
maleness. Yeah, like,
What do I do in this part to not get shot?
I think it would be good for you to develop empathy for other people, and maybe you could start doing that by trying to relate to people who don't look like you.
Yeah.
You know?
They're actually pretty chill, you know.
Giving a lecture to my shower head.
this show devolves into that a lot.
I have a lot of thoughts on things. I should just start a video essay channel. It's insufferable there. Though I think also this is a lot of this is just me getting more and more comfortable with being on screen and just talking.
This shit goes so fucking hard. This part also blew my mind.
I remember not really believing you guys when you said that this happened at the end of the game. It sounds too much like one of those things.
Like a fan theory or something, or like a code, or like one of those gaming urban legends.
Yeah, very specifically that. Like something that you would hear someone say at the schoolyard.
Like like in Mario 64, it's like, oh, you get to play as Luigi if you do this. So like the original Mario.
Honestly, that one's kind of believable.
Yeah, but like, we did it. We beat it.
Like general, you can play as a Jedi. I don't know. I can't think of it.
I see what you're saying, but yeah.
We have to have our own End of Evangelion moment.
It all comes tumbling down.
Alliteration.
This part always cracked me up. I kind of like how abrupt the ending is to this, too.
You're like, wait, how did they get outside?
They just flew away.
Oh boy! I love roast chicken. This is one heck of an ending.
That's unironically pretty funny.
It's cute.
I love this too with the Hawaiian shirt.
Anyway, 4 ending.
This is it.
Crash, for all these years I've been wrong about you. Your creation was a mistake, and your existence has been a constant reminder of that mistake. But I've learned something from all of this. I've learned that you can't run away from your mistakes, but you can bury them. I never want to see your ridiculous face again.
I love this ending. Coco's just there for no reason. Nina's one line of dialogue is
Oh, this ending would have made a lot more sense if they had the Coco.
Oh, you're right, it would have. The God of the Coco level.
This.
He's doing the dance from the original game. What a great ending. He's just stuck in his own personal hell. And it's kind of a bittersweet thing, because that's almost kind of like the end of the original continuity, in a way, because the only other game after this from the original continuity was Tag Team Racing, which, is okay, but it's not really like... Not that Crash ever had much of a story or anything, but this is like the last mainline game of the original PlayStation
with
stuff.
Following the original design ethos.
Yeah, because then they did Crash of the Titans, and then they rebooted it recently with Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, which I played a little bit of, and it's pretty good.
Maybe that's another one to check out.
It's also kind of bittersweet, because I kind of enjoyed doing this again. I kind of enjoyed re-experiencing this and talking about my memories with it, and just,
this was fun.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to do this. I also love this, the credits, just how you see all, the characters, and it's kind of doing, a best of with the songs, except this song that's playing right now appears nowhere in the game.
Yeah, this is definitely content level.
Yeah, there are a few unused tracks, I think.
God, I adore the music of this game.
It's so good. I love the acapella. It's just such an interesting design choice. They do it in Tag Team Racing as well, the same group.
Yeah, it just gives Crash its own unique feeling.
It does, yeah. It really fits stylistically, and it's kind of a shame because that group, Spiral Mouth, never really did anything else after that, or before that, really. So this is kind of what they're known for.
I think that's just the case with a lot of artists. Is a lot of one of my big issues with capitalism. I'll just let that sink in, audience.
Go on.
Is that I think, honestly, like, the natural state of art is that you don't keep making content your entire life of consistent quality. I think it's perfectly natural and maybe even good that a lot of people just have, like, a magnum opus or, like, a little stretch of time where their art is they make something really good in it.
Like, yeah, that was the part of my life where I did that. Now I'm ready to move on to the next thing, you know?
Yeah.
Otherwise you just kind of face, like, stagnation or something.
Or you get trapped by the success of your art. That, like, you feel like you have to keep doing this one thing because now it's your job.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole that you have to work for a living thing really diminishes art as a concept that way. Or not art as a concept, but like the quality and amount of art that we get in our society. I feel like we could do a lot better if we had a UBI. So call your congressman. Next time on Lemon Nut, something else. Yay!